Hello students, welcome back to our science class. In the previous lecture, we had studied about current electricity. And today, we will learn about the electric cells that are currently in use. So there are two types of cells, primary cell and secondary cell. A primary cell is a battery that is designed to be used once and discard it and not recharged with electricity. And secondary cells means a rechargeable electric cell that converts chemical energy into electrical energy by a reversible chemical reactions. It also called as storage cells. So a cell is the simplest unit for making electricity. It generates electricity from chemical reactions. Two or more cells form a battery. So let us see construction, working and applications of dry cell. The dry cells are used in our radio sets, wall clocks and torches. These are available in 3 to 4 sizes. The construction of a dry cell is as shown in the figure. Now try this. Take a lead dry cell and remove its outer coating. Inside, you will find a whitish metal layer. This is the zinc metal layer. This is the negative terminal of the cell. Now carefully break open this layer. There is another layer inside. An electrolyte is filled between these two layers. So, electrolyte means a substance that in solution or when molten ionizes and conducts electricity. So, a dry cell uses a paste electrolyte with only enough moisture to allow current to flow, unlike wet cell. So, wet cell is a cell with a liquid electrolyte. A dry cell can operate in any orientation without spinning as it contains no free liquid, making it suitable for portable equipments. So, the electrolyte contains negatively charged and positively charged ions. These are the carriers of electricity. The electrolyte is a wet pulp of zinc chloride, that is ZnCl2, and ammonium chloride, that is NH4Cl. There is a graphite rod at the center of the cell. This is a positive terminal of the cell. A paste of the manganese dioxide, that is MnO2, is filled outside the rod. Because of the chemical reactions of all these chemicals, electrical charge is produced on the two terminals, that is graphite rod and zinc layer, and an electric current flows in the circuit. So due to the wet pulp used in this cell, the chemical reaction proceeds very slowly. Hence, a large electric current cannot be obtained from this. Compared to the electric cells using liquids, the shelf life of dry cells is longer. Means dry cells have a longer duration. Dry cells are very convenient to use as these can be held in any direction with respect to ground and can be used in mobile instruments. Let us learn about lead acid cell. So lead acid cell is a secondary cell. It is basically used to supply 2 volts. So when 6 such cells are connected, it generates 12 volts, and such battery is used in automobiles for the power supply. So when chemical energy converts to electrical energy, that is the cell supplies energy. It means the cell is discharging and the cell can be recharged. In this process, the electrical energy converts into chemical energy. So students, here you can observe in this figure. This figure shows a design of a lead acid cell, and this type of cells can be recharged after getting electrically discharged. So the lead acid cell contains a lead electrode and a lead oxide electrode. and both are dipped in dilute sulfuric acid. So lead oxide, that is a PbO2, carries a positive charge while the lead electrode carries a negative charge. The potential difference between these two is nearly 2 volts. And because of the chemical reactions between the substances in the cell, electrical charge is produced on both the electrodes and the electric current flows through the load. Now here, for example, bulb in the circuit. So this kind of electrical cells have a capacity to deliver, that is to supply a large current. Hence, lead acid cells are used in cars, trucks, motorcycles and uninterrupted power supplies, that is UPS. So our next cell is a nickel cadmium cell. So nowadays a variety of gadgets are available which are required to be carried to different places, and such gadgets use nickel cadmium cells, and these cells deliver, that is supplies 1.2 volt potential difference, and they are also rechargeable. So these cells are used in cell phones, laptop computers, PDAs, then power tools, hybrid automobiles, cameras and toys, etc. So they are non-spillable, so can be used safely. So now let us say electric circuit. Electric circuit means it's a continuous and closed electrical path of an electric current. So when a cell holder, an electric bulb and a plug key are connected by connecting wires as shown in the figure, and a dry cell is fitted in the holder, then the bulb lights up by closing the plug key. This means that a current flows through the circuit and bulb lights up. So on the removal of the cell, the electric current flowing through the circuit stops as indicated by the bulb which ceases to glow. Ceases means stop to glow. So this type of connection of electrical components is called an electrical circuit, and a circuit is shown in the figure. The cell is shown by the symbol. So this symbol. An electrical circuit is also used in the home supply. However, the electricity supply is made from outside instead of the electric cells. So we will learn about it later. Now connecting cells. So you must have seen more than one electric cells are connected in an electrical circuit. So in the transistor radio, 2 to 3 dry cells are seen to be connected in series, and the purpose of doing this is to obtain more potential difference than that of a single cell. So therefore it is possible to obtain higher current. And if the cells are connected, so here they have shown in figure. So if the cells are connected, the connections of the cells is known as battery of cells. And in this series connection, the positive terminal of one cell is connected to the negative terminal of the second cell, and the positive terminal of the second cell is connected to the negative terminal of the third one. So if each cell has a potential difference of 1 volt, then the total potential difference of 3 cells will be 3 volts. Research: lithium-ion cells are used in modern equipments. For example, smartphone, laptop, etc. These cells can be recharged. More electrical energy can be stored in these cells as compared to that in nickel cadmium cells. So today we have learnt about the electric cells that are currently in use, and in the next lecture we will learn about the magnetic effects of electric current. Thank you.